You are now listening to the SNL Fan Podcast. I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And in this one, I want to talk about Taylor Swift. I know she's not a cast member or anything like that, but she's hosted a few years back. And I was thinking, you know what? It would be entertaining to see her host again. And I'll talk about why. But before I do that, I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Mono Baggens. Mono Baggens is a New York-based recording artist that has a song out right now by the name of "You Drive Me Crazy," featuring singer Mela Bela. This is definitely a club joint. If you're interested in hearing it for yourself, I'm gonna put the information in the information box below, and you can definitely check that out. Again, his name is Mono Baggens, and the name of his single is "You Drive Me Crazy." Definitely check it out. All right, now let's talk about another artist, Taylor Swift. I really like Taylor Swift's episode, when she hosted. It was pretty good, very entertaining. And like most musical guests, that the people that do double duty as host and musical guest, she did very well. Unlike Justin Bieber recently. Well, Justin Bieber tried to do his thing, but it just wasn't up to the expectations of it just didn't. Bruno Mars and them just raised the bar. So I guess a tough act to follow. But Taylor Swift, yeah, I really like what she did. I know Kristen Wiig's no longer in the cast, and Taylor Swift said in some interviews that she really watches the show because of course, because of Kristen Wiig, and she's a real fan of Kristen Wiig. And I also wanted to talk about because she's getting a lot of publicity because she's changing out boyfriends again. And I also wanted to talk about that too. She's just jumping from guy to guy and just using them up like tissue. Just take one guy out, blow her nose with that, and then throw it in the trash and got another one. And I want to give my opinion on why I think why. Feel free to comment and say, "No, Jay, you're wrong. You don't know anything," which I don't. I don't know anything. I'm just a regular guy that's just that has his own, from what he sees, his own opinion about things. And in my opinion, the reason why I think that she just can't keep a guy around is because I think Taylor Swift doesn't put out. There, I said it. I don't think Taylor Swift strikes me as the type of that rare type of chick that's just not I don't think she's opening the legs. I think she's one of those chicks that like to hold hands in the park and go on 50 and 100 dates and just like to talk and cuddle in the spring and all that other crap, but she keeps her legs closed. And guys are going to look at their watch and say, "F this," and get some action elsewhere. That's what I think. There's no disrespect to the guys. I don't blame you. And there's no disrespect to Taylor Swift either. But come on, you can't expect too many people to really just be this. I don't know. I don't know. If you really want that type of relationship, why don't you start a relationship with one of these castrated, asexual, desexed eunuchs out here? Because I don't think there's too many heterosexual men that just want to, they just want to hear you talk all day and not getting them draws. That's what I think. That's what I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion that I'm stating on this podcast. I think Taylor Swift is not she ain't taking them panties off. And go ahead, attack me. I actually want you to. I actually want you to post your opinions and say, "You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, Jay, some guy named Jay, whoever the heck you are. What do you think? If not that, what do you think? And for anybody that's gonna say, well, no, it's not because Taylor Swift's not putting out, they're gonna make it seem like it's just the guy's fault. Oh, so many guys are just jerks, and so many guys are they're so stupid. There's not enough good guys out there, and that's why Taylor Swift is jumping from flower to flower like a bumblebee. you know. Well, whatever your reasons is, just post it. We'll talk about it. I definitely want to get some discussion going on this podcast. And also, too, if you want to talk about Taylor Swift hosting again, too, if you think that'd be another great idea, go ahead and post that, too. But according to Vanity Fair, I hear she has beef with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Well, because when Tina Fey and Amy Poehler hosted the Golden Globes, took a little, made a little joke at her, And I think it was the joke like, oh, Michael J. Fox, you need to hide your son because Taylor Swift is going to, get that and write a song about it, And, it's just a funny little thing. And Tina Fey, responded saying, oh, we're just like your old aunts, that's at the party drinking and just talking junk. It's not like that. We respect Taylor Swift, and she's a fine young woman, and she does her thing, and she's a very good singer. And I agree, too. I don't think Tina Fey and them really meant to spit venom or anything like that. It's just that it was just a little joke, and she might have took it the wrong way. But Taylor Swift also, speaking of of things that make you go she also says that she has the picture where Kanye West is snatching the Grammy out of her hand. She has that framed and on her wall. I wonder what that means. Why? Why of all things to have photographed and framed on your wall? Why that? I was going to say that until that incident, nobody really talked about Taylor Swift. But well, you know what? I guess it is. It's like one of those things, like the Chris Brown and Rihanna thing. It's like we like their music or whatever, and then after that happened, it's like now everybody's talking about them. It's one of those. And I mean, Taylor Swift was selling records way before Kanye West snatched the thing out of her hand. But it's like now Taylor Swift, it's like the urban audiences also know who she is, and other people who normally wouldn't even think about Taylor Swift is like now she's kind of I guess ever since that happened, more people seem to know who she is now. I guess maybe she's thanking, that's her way of thanking Kanye for the extra publicity. I guess say no publicity is bad publicity. It's just helping her out. But really, my main thing for doing this podcast, for this particular installment of the SNL podcast, was to get your opinions. Do you think Taylor Swift should host again before this season is out? I know there's some much better choice ideas in mind that people have, but I think this could be if Taylor Swift does come back, this could be the record. That a record-breaking thing where dang, why can I not talk today? Gosh, my tongue is getting in my way. What was I saying? Screw it. Anyway, what do you think? Post your opinions. Oh yeah. I was saying that this could be like a record-breaking season where they have the most host and musical guests in one season. Bruno Mars, Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, and I know Adam Levine was the host and not the musical guest, but I guess even throw Adam Levine in there too. And if Taylor Swift gets the host before the season is out, boom, add another one. I definitely think it could work again. But what do you guys think? Just post your opinions. Also, if you think I'm wrong about the putting out thing, feel free to post your opinions on that too. Before I go, I'd like to say, shout outs to Mono Baggens, big ups to him. Check out his single, You Drive Me Crazy, featuring Mela Bela. It's definitely hot. Definitely check it out. And again, I'm just some guy named Jay. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.